So while that's running, the other thing that we're going to want to make sure we get started with is Git. And so, there's a lot of confusion around this terminology. Git is simply an open source version control management system. And it's been the industry standard for software development for decades now. GitHub is an online repository hosting recently bought by Microsoft, where most software development artifacts live. But we are going to install Git because Git is something that you install on your machine. So we're just going to download this for Windows, and that is complete. Go ahead and run this installer. And again, we use all of the same default options. And so our Git has set up here. We're going to say finish here. And what we can do with this, we'll need a few more extensions. So we'll type in Git, and the best ones are Git Graph and Git Lens. So we'll go ahead and install both of those. And then say we want to actually pull a library down locally and make changes to it. And so we're going to check this compliance checker, which is it's an open source software which checks the data compliance of netcdf files against the CF conventions. But if we click on here under code, you can download the zip file, which gives you a flat download of all of this content here. Or alternatively, you can copy this URL to the clipboard. We'll go ahead and hit F1 in VS Code and say git clone, which is now available with our Git extensions. And you can just paste that URL in. Alternatively, you can say clone from GitHub. I guess you need to first sign in, and then you're able to navigate to this repo by typing in this path here, IOOS/compliance checker, and get it that way. So we will clone that in here, and this is the whatever folder you select from here is going to be a top level folder. So it will create another subfolder called compliance checker. So no need to create that folder. So we're going to go ahead and open that and say trust. And so this just cloned the entire repo. And so not only do we now have this repo in here with all of this code, we actually have the entire history. So we can go over to this source control tab. If you click on this icon, you can actually see a graph with, this all of the, parallel development that this underwent throughout its entire history. And if we were to make changes to this, save the file, it's currently tracking every change. We can see the difference here. And so you could choose to stage that and then type in a unique message and commit this to the repo. And this is really how software development happens in a collaborative environment.